my name is Rachel. I'm a speech language pathologist, and today we're going to be looking at the AAC, or Augmentative and Alternative Communication app, TDsnap. This app has multiple different, profiles that you can choose from. In this video specifically, we're going to be talking about the MotorPlan 66 layout. So we're going to go through the way that that profile is designed, or that page set, I would say. That's what TobiiDynavox calls it, is their page set, how it's designed, the different features of it, and whether or not that page set, the way that it flows through, will be the most appropriate for your loved one. I do recommend always that you consult with a speech language pathologist who specializes in AAC. They will be able to guide you in the best path, getting to know your child, knowing how your child's brain works or your loved one's brain works, because each software is a little bit different. So we really want to factor in the features of each one, maybe how the symbols look, how it's designed, whether there's a motor planning design to it or it's categorically based, whether there's a predictive nature to it, like touch chat with word power, or whether everything is in one spot and it's very predictable. So there's lots of different factors to consider. So I highly recommend that you work with a speech pathologist, but hopefully this video will give you some background into this app and whether or not it will be something you'd want to consider for your loved one. Okay, let's check it out. So here is the front page, or the home screen, of MotorPlan 66. TobiiDynavox has quite a variety of different page sets. If we go into the editing side of TobiiDynavox and we look down here at page set, you can import, like I have, a bunch of different ones to be able to cycle through. Right now they have their original core first. They have a new, which looks like this. They have a new express page set, which just came out. And they have an aphasia page set, which I don't have down right here. And then a couple other ones that you, I believe, need to pay an additional fee for. But they also have these motor plan ones. So they have a 30 grid, so 30 icons, 40 icons, and 66 icons. And that's the one we're going to be looking at today. So to get into it, it has the same kind of controls along the top, along with a new feature, which is a filter. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But we have our dashboard, which is the same as this down here, our search feature, and then ability to back up, editing, and then some tips, new tips and tricks. So if you go into search, you can search for a word. So if I wanted to find the word jump, it'll find the word, and then if you touch on it, it will guide you through. So I know I go to actions, moving actions, there it is, jump. And if we go to dashboard, right now I have this locked for some reason, so I'll have to fix that later. I don't remember the passcode, sorry about that. But if we go into dashboard down here, this is the same thing as this dashboard up here. You can see it's been selected. So that's this page. Oh, I have a button randomly created here. But there's all sorts of different things on here. There's ability to control some smart assistants in your home. There's a visual timer. If you push on the date and time, it'll read those out to you. We've got volume controls as well, and then a link to the whiteboard and some supports. So the whiteboard is a fun feature that lots of people get excited about, especially people in school, but you can add an image to it and then kind of create scene or conversation around that image, which is pretty cool. And then we have supports, which include first then, some scripts, things like that. There's also a link in here to feelings and to repairs, which is new. So when you're using your mini schedule or your first then schedule, you can also talk about how that makes you feel, or, oh gosh, sorry about that. Look at real life. Or add in some repair statements that you can edit. In addition to all the ones that are already there, all the black space is a place where you can edit. Okay, I also wanted to talk about the filter feature. That is new and unique to MotorPlan 66, 30, and 40, so the MotorPlan layouts, as far as I know. I don't think it's an Express. I think it's just in this profile. But if you were to select the filter, it will say, it's off, turn it on to apply a vocab list. So I'm going to turn it on. And then there's several ways to turn on a list. So one is by just selecting the words that you want. So right now I do have an active list on, and it's the activity of going to a restaurant. So if I come over here to this little pencil with the list lines, that's what you can see. That's what's been selected. So I'm going to go to manage list, and I have my going to a restaurant list going. But let's say I want to start a new list, or I'm making a list for the first time. So I'm going to create a new empty list, and I'm going to name it maybe, I'll do snack. That seems to be a really popular one at schools. So we're going to say done. And then we're going to be adding words to this. You can either add them off the top of your head or add them by selecting or by searching. But I'm going to just start typing in words. So I'm going to type in I eat you more, stop, no, yes. We're going to do cracker. We're going to do graham cracker, and then we're going to do juice, just as a demo. Okay. So now I'm going to add all of these words. So now here they are, and I'm going to select done. And now that's my active list. So I have this vocab filter on. I'm going to select done. And as you can see, only the words that I have chosen are now visible. We do still have access to the keyboard, which is important, and the dashboard, which link us to our supports, also important. But we only really have these words accessible. Everything else is blacked out, but they're in the exact same place as they are on the screen. Nothing has changed. So we're still building our motor plan. I know that if I go into food and drink, juice is this over on the third row. Same with maybe where my snack is of graham cracker. So if I practice this during my snack or offer this to a student that's new to this, learning the layout, learning the cause and effect of these icons, and we have it out during snack, and then very quickly we say, wow, he's really picked up on this. We're going to turn off vocab filter. And now we have all of these words back, but I'm going to remember food and drink, juice was right over here, or food and drink, snacks and sweets, animal crackers were right where, ooh, I thought of a different food, but you get my gist, you get my drift. So there it is. And that can be a really helpful feature, especially as you're helping learn the layout of certain words. But we don't want to linger there. We don't want to keep words hidden for a long period of time, especially when modeling. But it's a cool feature that is included within the motor plan layouts. The next bar down is the speak. So if you touch that, it'll speak what's in the message. Your message window, which you can also touch and speak. You've got a clear button and then a delete button, which deletes single letters or single words. And then a way that you can share this with others. Okay. So if we look down at the main screen, we've got several columns, and then we've got rows. And the images and words are organized according to the Fitzgerald key, which is their color coding. And it's meant to draw your eyes to them. So that's similar in a lot of the different systems and softwares that exist. But the yellow is typically pronouns, blues are questions, greens are action words. The orange is more connecting words and other connecting words down here. And then these purples go to different nouns. And if we click on some of them, the words within there are typically white in this profile. The way that motor plan is set up, which is a little bit different than the core first layout, is that every time a selection is made, it will bounce you back to this main screen. So if you go into talking about a specific thing within maybe weather, right now it is foggy, it will bounce you back to the main screen. Now, some people really like that feature and other people don't. I find it to be really helpful because the way that I explain it is if you're in more things and you're talking about weather and you make a selection, you're not just going to be naming weather from here on out. You're going to be adding other things. It's fog. Oh no, I don't like fog. What do you think about the fog? What do we see outside when we look at the fog? We don't see anything, not anything. So there's lots of other words we can add And that I think is a great feature. You don't have to navigate back yourself. As you saw, these words, the action words, the verbs especially, have a grammar feature to them. So if you were to say, I am, all these words change to the ing. So that is helpful for some people to be building grammar. You don't have to think about it. It just does it right for you. That's something to think about with this as a feature for your loved one. And as you can see also, anything that does not have shading in this corners is just a single hit. So if I were to select come, that's what it says. If I were to select actions down here with this shading, it will open up a new page, which has more actions. And then actions organized by different kinds of categories. But that's what the shading means. The shading means it'll take you to a different page. So as you can see, all the different noun folders have the shading. Questions at the bottom here will open up more. People will open up more. Actions and connecting words. Also, quick fires over here, keyboard, word forms, and the dashboard, they all go to different pages as well. Those tell you there's more underneath here. We looked at dashboard word forms. You can select it and it will add to the word that's up here in your speak bar. So if I was going to say, I'm coming, that, but if I don't have anything in the speech bar, and I go to word forms, nothing will open because there's nothing up here to change. So if you wanted to change it yourself to say, I went, maybe let's see. It will change that for you if the word is in there, which is an advanced grammar feature, but does exist. Okay, some other things I want to speak to with the motor plan. There aren't a lot of phrases in here. You can definitely add your phrases, but as you might remember or know from Core First, there's the topics pages, which have linked questions, or underneath each topic, there's questions. There's maybe positive statements, negative statements, neutral statements, things like that. In here, all our phrases really live under quick fires, and you can add more if you want to. I've added that's cool and go away, but there's several that come stock, and that's generally these second and third rows. And then on each of these, there are more. So greetings and social have more. Oh, I gotta fix that. Personal needs. I added change diaper. Quick fire questions, specific questions. And then repairs. So I'm lost, hang on, I'm trying to say something. A lot of self-advocacy lies in there. Wait, I have more to say. And then my phrases is generally blank. So you're able to make your own phrases here. And if you've had something typed already into this speak bar up here, you can select copy to a button and it will allow you to do that to save it. So the quick fires are really handy for adding a lot of information about yourself, adding in phrases that you use a lot or want to use a lot. Some people love to use phrases, some people don't. For our Gestalt processor, sometimes it's helpful to add in the phrases under my phrases. That's a great place to do it for like, there are Gestalts that you hear them using with meaning. I also like to, under more things, add in topics pages as it might relate to that topic. So you can bring in a page from Core First, and we can go over that in a different video, but you can add in one of the topics pages because it's all linked, right? You have access to Core First. If you were to go into your edit and change your page set back to Core First, you would be able, done, to go into topics and find the music topic, and you could add in this page set or this page to the Motor Plan 66 page set to access more phrases if you wanted to. You could also add those right in, but that is a nice feature to have. I want to show one more thing too. So I'm going to go back to the Motor Plan 66 page that we were just looking at. I really do love this for a lot of my clients and my students. I think that it is very user-friendly for families. It is vibrant, which a lot of users really like. It allows for some great customization, but everything is in one place and one place only, except for two words. which I just learned. So those two words are the color orange, which is right here, and the fruit orange, which that is different than the lamp words for life layout if you've ever used that. There's only one orange. And then also the month May. Let's see, I think that's under date. May right here. And then I'm going to have to find May, the other May. Here it is, a question. May I? So, oh, question. There it is. So same May, like May is May, no matter how you use it, the way our mouth says it, but different meanings, and they're organized in different places within this platform. But otherwise, everything is in one spot and one spot only, and that's very helpful for our motor memory. The last thing I want to show in this video is the keyboard. This does come with a QWERTY layout, so like your keyboard that you use for typing on your computer. It does have word prediction. And I added through another YouTube tutorial actually was added a phonics keyboard. So you could say P says, a school team really wanted this, and this is something that you can download on the My TobiiDynavox platform if you have an account. And fantastic AAC guru, Angela Murad, added it and demonstrated how to do it. And so I can include that link in this video, but lots of teams really do like that. And I just called it says. It doesn't need to say that, but I wanted to say like P says. Oops. That was not great. But let's see, let's listen to it again. Oops. And I wonder if we said the whole thing. I thought it might say the p at the end, but it doesn't speak that out. But that's okay. Each of these have a sound to them. So it is great instead of just saying the letter name. But this was a very, very brief overview of the Motor Plan 66. If you have more questions, please let me know. I think one wonderful thing about this TobiiDynavox Snap or TDsnap app, which if we look at it on the main grid or in the App Store, it looks like this. It's a little apple. Is just that there are so many different page sets that you can access. It makes it great for customizing, and it makes it great for accessing all the different features kind of multiple different platforms. So I encourage you to check it out.